People who are sending their children here with unaccompanied, who are sent on a dangerous journey. I don't think that's because of a speech Joe Biden gave. That's because of horrible conditions in Guatemala, El Salvador, and Honduras. We're making progress on resolving this problem.
The president's chief of staff says Biden is not at fault for the surge at the southern border. This despite reversing the prior administration's immigration restrictions.
This as the U.S. sees more than 160,000 migrant encounters in April and more than 37,000 gotaways who evaded CBP officials. Here to react, senior national security fellow at the Center for Immigration Studies, Todd Bensman. Todd, great to see you as always. You just heard Ron Klain say that the surge is not because of a speech that Joe Biden gave. You say that is exactly one of the reasons. What is the Biden administration missing, in your opinion?
That is either towering ignorance or willful deceit. You pick, but it is definitely their words that are causing mass migration. I often say I've never met an immigrant, and I've met a lot. I spent a lot of time in Mexico interviewing immigrants who didn't have a cell phone, who aren't listening. This is a situation where words can launch 10,000 ships and have done that. If the Biden people would only interview the immigrants instead of like when Kamala Harris surrounded herself by experts, immigration experts, they would tell her that this is Biden policies, Biden promises during the campaign started it before he was even in office. And once he was in office, his very first moves caused 10,000 ships to launch. And now we're looking at actually 200,000. I'm sorry, but I talked to a Mexican drug cartel smuggler last week who, when I asked him, why are you making so much money? He said, it's because of La Invitación.
Wow.
What's the invitation? Well, that's Biden's invitation to the entire world to come over the border.
And then, Todd, let's talk about the funding amounts for this. One report says the Biden administration is spending at least $60 million per week to house more than 16,000 migrant minors. And then that funding accounts to be $3.1 billion per year. I mean, this is an astronomical amount of money, and that number is only going to get bigger.
Right. Well, when you spur a mass migration crisis like this, there are consequences. One of the many consequences, and we're not even talking about what's going to happen to our school districts very shortly, is the cost. The price tag on this is going to be astronomical, and it's going to be something that the American taxpayer is going to have to sustain for many years to come. This is the new DACA generation. It's not going to be just the 700,000 former children who are going to get DACA, but it's a whole new generation. These children are coming in. Look, when the Biden administration says things like no child will be left behind in Mexico, that sends 10,000 new children over the border. I heard him the other day in front of Congress say amnesty. When you utter the word amnesty and you're the president of the United States, look for a massive jump in illegal immigration and costs associated with it.
All right. And of course, check out Todd's book, America's Covert Border War. Thank you, Todd Bensman, for being with us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you.